when I've been talking about fear in my recent videos, I keep feeling incomplete. There seems to be so much to say and so much to convey in terms of a practice around working with fear. So I wanted to walk us through a practice when it comes to working with fear. And when I say I want to walk us through a practice, I am talking to the divine within me and around me to ask for the divine to work with us when it comes to fear. We are all, me included, myself included, we are all working through fear at this time. We all have reasons on a surface level that don't feel surface-like. We have reasons with the coronavirus that activate the fear of death, the fear of loss of freedom, the fear of lifestyle changes that are challenging, the fear of losing money and friends and family. There's a lot of different fears that come up for us all and may grip us in the middle of the night, may consume us in random times of the day. And the question that I ask the divine is, what can help? What can support us in this time? A lot of times when we feel fear, on a personality level, we react from that fear. We may say things that we wish we hadn't said. We may do things that we wish we hadn't done. It's hard to sit with fear and let it rise up and work with it to heal. And so that's what we're gathered together in this space to talk about, and that's what we're gathered in this space to create practice around. When a fear grips us, what do we do? So I'm going to turn this over to the divine to allow the divine within me and around me and within you and around you to talk with us and to lead us through some exercises that can support us when we are gripped by fear. Because truly we are here on this planet to learn and grow, and we are here in this moment on this planet to heal fear. So we'll do a prayer. Dear God, Goddess, Divine Spirit, I just ask that we allow ourselves to fully and completely surrender to our divine state of perfection, to our divine state of truth. And as we surrender to our divine state of truth, we recognize and know in every cell of our beings that we are love itself. We are light. We are health, body, mind, heart, and spirit. We are abundance. We are joy. We are peace. We are bliss. And so I give thanks that anything and everything that stands in our way of recognizing and knowing our divinity, I give thanks that it heal, lift, shift, and transform, so that every cell of our beings and every aspect of our lives align with a divine state of light, a divine state of truth. And as we align with our divine truth, we also honor in this space our humanity, our human challenges, our human struggles. And from this divine space, from our energy essence, from love, from joy, from peace, from wisdom, from health, we allow ourselves to open to those places where we aren't feeling our divinity, those places where we are experiencing fear, where we are experiencing worry, where we are experiencing mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual pain. We allow those places that are healing, those places of growth, to rise up into this space of light that we are creating together in this moment. We allow those places of imperfection to rise up and be surrounded by the light that is our truth, limitless light, limitless joy, limitless health, limitless wisdom, limitless love. All that is divine is activated in every cell of our beings and in every aspect of our lives. And the energy essence of our divine truth helps us in our human form deal with the crisis that we are in. Our energy essence may not change the circumstance of the crisis, but our energy essence, the divine essence of love and light that is our truth, can change our interaction with what we are going through so that we can deeply heal our imperfections, so we can deeply heal what we are meant to heal. Our energy essence rises up and embraces all of our human fears, worries, and challenges in this moment, surrounds all of them with love and light, and plants seeds of wisdom within us to help us to navigate all that we are navigating in this time. And we are navigating a lot. This is a humongous, enormous moment of change on our planet, and all of us individually are shifting and changing in enormous ways. Some on a physical level. All of us are having to change to some degree on a physical level. Our habits, things we interact with in life are very different in this moment. But that's not the only place of change. And actually, what we're shifting on a physical level is a lot smaller, ultimately, than what we are shifting mentally, emotionally, and spiritually at this time. And so divine light surrounds each of us, embraces each of us, helping us to experience love in the midst of enormous change, helping us experience love in the midst of all that we are afraid of and worried about. There is a healing light that is present within every cell of our beings, and in every aspect of every cell of every aspect of what we are walking through. Divine light exists in everything. And in this moment together today, we activate that light. Every cell of our being, every cell of our life, every cell of our experience, light is activated in every cell of our experience. Profound, limitless light, a shining star in every cell of our being that shines with every other cell of our being to bring a bright and powerful light into our life. And it's not ultimately bringing it into our life. That light is already there. All we're doing together is remembering the light that is our truth, activating that light. And from this space of light, healing is possible. From this space of light, we can allow our fears that are arising in our human hearts and minds. We can allow those fears to rise up now in this safe space of light and love. Our fears are divinely honored. There's ultimately no divine reason to be afraid, but on a human level, in terms of survival, there are reasons that our human mind can prove that say there are reasons to be afraid. And there's divine acknowledgement of that and honoring. Let your fears rise up and be embraced in light. You will find a divine path through this all. You as an individual will find your divine path. It is important to rein yourself in, bring yourself fully in your body in this moment, and the divine is assisting you in doing that. There's a lot of trying to heal other people, trying to figure out what to do for someone else or with someone else. There's a lot of scattered energy, understandably, in all of our human hearts and minds right now. And we rein it all in this moment. We fully return to ourselves. We activate our energy body fully in our physical form so that we are fully here now with our own fears, with our own worries, with our own opportunities to heal. And we let go of everyone else for this moment and fully come into ourselves, fully come into our bodies, fully come into our hearts, fully come into our own mind. So our soul is fully activated right here, right now, in this space. We are fully here. And in this space of fully being here, again, we allow ourselves to open to our fears, owning our own self, owning our own fears. this allows us to do our own work, to do our healing. We are here to learn and grow. We are here to heal. And we are here to do our own work. Oftentimes we lose ourselves in the world around us. And we fully return to ourselves now. Own our own space. And own our own fears. Sometimes it's easier to think about what other people are afraid of, what other people are doing, because then we don't have to face what we are working on, what we are healing. But what's beautiful is there's pure acceptance here for us to work through our fear, for us to work in our own healing and in our own growth. So we're going to sit. There's an energy of just sit and be for a minute. So we're going to sit together in this space and allow our fears to rise up. And there's a divine message of picking 1 to 5 fears, depending on the day. So wherever you're at in this moment, you may have 100 fears that you're working with. Pick 5 that rise up the most in this moment. Some of you maybe aren't feeling as fearful. Pick 1 fear that you've been experiencing over the past few days. But we're going to sit and allow the fears that are most useful to heal in this day to rise up into our hearts. And so for a moment, close your eyes. Breathe in to your heart. Take a deep breath into your heart and allow your humanity to talk to you. Allow your soul to support your humanity and allow the energy of fear or worry to come to the surface for a healing. And whatever resistance you might experience around allowing those fears to come up because it's scary to be afraid, let yourself feel that resistance. And let yourself also feel the divine light that embraces every cell of your being, including these fears, and help to give you the strength to let the fears that are most useful to look at and begin some healing around, let those fears rise up. You may feel the fear in your body, and if you do, put your hand wherever you are feeling that fear. I can feel mine come up into my heart, so I'll put my hand there. But wherever you're feeling it, if you're feeling it in your body, and you can put your hand there, please do. And the divine in this moment embraces your fear, honors that there's some place inside of you that this fear has come from. Maybe the circumstances of the world in this moment, maybe something deeper inside of you from your childhood, maybe something at a soul level, and most likely is all of the above. Our fears are held in compassion, unconditional love in this moment. There is no shame in experiencing fear. We are beautiful beings of light that are human, and our fears are a part of how we are pointed to where we need to grow in our lives. And so they are a part of our healing, they are part of our growth, they are a part of our path. And all fear is healable. All fear is transformable. Some fears can instantly transform in the light. Some fears take time to heal. There is no judgment in terms of how long it takes you to heal. There's no judgment here, only love, pure compassion, divine health surrounds our fears. Pure divine light helps us to let go of shame and open to just purely loving ourselves, having divine compassion for where we've been, for where we are, and for where we are opening to. That which we need to heal is a part of our path and is divinely perfect. Our imperfections are divinely perfect. We teach ourselves, we teach each other through our imperfections. And those imperfections help us to know what we need to heal and where we need to grow. So our fears are again embraced in pure light. The brightest light of the brightest star lies within every cell of our being and embraces our fear. Oceans upon oceans upon oceans of love, pure unconditional love, compassion, limitless love surrounds our fear. We are held in pure love and pure light. And that light and love supports us in processing what we need to process in this human form. Helps us to navigate what we need to navigate in this human world that we live in. And helps us to love and honor ourselves in the midst of all that we are and all that we are not in this life. We are divinely perfect. In the midst of our imperfections, we are divinely perfect. We are held in love and only love, light and only light. Nothing else exists. And our fear can be healed, can be released in whatever timing that it needs, and in whatever timing that we need. I can feel our mental and emotional bodies really working with this energy of the divine healing light that is present here, so that we can find safety in pure, unconditional love. Pure, unconditional love reminds us of our beauty. And helps us live from that space in our lives. There's an energy grounding us into our bodies more completely. This time on earth is about self-compassion, loving and honoring ourselves for all that we are and all that we are not. And as we experience that energy of self-compassion, we can navigate this world from that space. We divinely encourage others to feel that energy of self-compassion just by being who we are. We don't have to say anything or do anything to wake people up around us. We just live from that place of love, deep, divine self-compassion, limitless love, limitless wisdom. Nothing else exists in this moment. And as we activate that energy of self-compassion, we create pathways to return to that energy of divine love, so that when we are triggered in fear, we return to love, and then we act from that space of love instead of being fearful and reacting. These pathways will help us to feel fear, return to love, and act from that space of divine love. These pathways are moving through our energy body. It's something that helps our mind, our emotional body, our spirit, and even our physical body. We are creating pathways to remember love and to act from that place of love. There's this beautiful image that I'm seeing of being fearful, having something scary happen, and immediately our divine response awakens, as opposed to our ego response like we have in the past. So we allow these pathways to be energized at a cellular level for and with each other, a pathway to interact with the world from a space of divine self-love and from a space of divine love itself. Where when something is presented to us, we immediately return to love, immediately awaken to love being our response. That could be tough love, could be soft love, everywhere in between, but that we are immediately awakened to the essence of our being: love, wisdom, kindness, compassion. There's a huge amount of gratitude pouring in for all of us being willing to awaken to love at this time, to witness our fears and to work with them like we have today, so that we can acknowledge them, honor them, work through them, and release them. As we release fear and awaken to love, we are in alignment with this new world, this shift that is happening across this planet. Awakening to love and releasing fear awakens us to wisdom. When we awaken to love, we're awakening to our divine energy essence, and wisdom is one of those energy essences. So in this world right now, it's important to stay healthy and stay conscious of our surroundings and how to continue to stay healthy. And when we come from a place of wisdom and listening to the divine, and also listening to the experts in the world around us on how to stay healthy, then we are coming from a place of divinity. We are entering into the world that we are experiencing right now, where there are true, important reasons to stay home and keep our surroundings clear for ourselves and for each other right now. And this can come from a place of divine wisdom. It's not coming from a place of fear. It's coming from listening within and also listening to the world and good, healthy advice. So be sure to recognize that as you release fear, you will continue to create conscious, healthy, wise choices, and to listen to those people in the world around us who know how to keep us healthy in this time. So many blessings. I honor this healing with you today and send you off with so much love. Thank you.